All right, some very light holiday fare. We're wondering, since over 90% of terrorist attacks are committed by non-Muslims, where is the outcry in America against and condemning all of the Christians who have murdered abortion doctors? These recent murders by this crazy scumbag who murdered the people at Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, incidentally, conducts maybe between 5 and 10% of their care revolves around abortions. Most of it doesn't. So when some asshole like this murders a bunch of Americans committing acts of terrorism at a Planned Parenthood, they're just killing people who are there for general treatment or advice, counseling. So there is no greater act of terrorism than those in America, and they happen repeatedly. Take a look at how many happened this year alone. How many Americans were murdered by Christian terrorists? Christians who are terrorists. It isn't necessarily because they're Christian that they're terrorists. It's because they're mentally ill. But all religions do this, and all of them have this effect. So it's religious fanatics that do this. But religion is the breeding ground. Religion is the petri dish. When you get a bad culture, then you get the spread of terrorism and disease. That's all it is. It's petulant too. So in order to help wipe out terrorism, the start should be to wipe out religion worldwide, because you wouldn't have it if you didn't have these fanatics. Religion is pointless anyway. All they do is fight each other, and the creeps become violent in order to serve and satisfy their self-righteousness, which is really the strongest element of religion and why you see religious fanatics in the first place. The reason why Christians killed so many Muslims during the Crusades is because they didn't want competition for their dogma. So the first thing we have to do is work on wiping religion out entirely. So on that note, happy holidays, and let's all work together to extinguish religion so we can get rid of fanatics who murder people and commit acts of terrorism. But we'd really love to know where the public outcry against Christians in America committing acts of terrorism is from other Christians. They seem to be focused on other things and other religions and other people, not their own. That's a defect. And when Trump says that Muslims have to kind of police their own to make sure these things don't happen, so do Christians, because it's largely Christians, vastly outnumbering the terrorism perpetrated by other adherents and slaves to other religious dogmas. Most of it's committed by white Christians, white male Christians. So we really have to look into that. Maybe the Christians should police their own the same way that Donald Trump is saying that Muslims should police their own. Maybe start with that, since that's the larger on the scale.